What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? It is your boy MM2K of PNTS Network and Stadia Dosage, and we're back. We're back with another SSC podcast. This is SSC number 99. Man, we got a lot of cool stuff that we're juggling in our heads for episode number 100. Damn, I sounded like a crazy person. 99. Let me not do that again before I scare your kids. We got episode 100. You know how shit. Excuse my friend. You know how stuff replays back in your head after you said. I'm like, oh, that sounded kind of creepy. But we got something planned for episode 100. We're still trying to figure it out. But with that being said, let me stop talking. Let me just shut the heck up. Let me introduce to you the wonderful panel. Let's start off with my brother from another mother, even though he tries to contact me and I'm never available. I'm sorry, Pete, man. You know I'm an old man. I can barely see out of half an eye. Peter Cottontail, man, what's going on, brother? How you been? Good, man. Great to have you back. Good. We know that work has been hectic and all the other stuff, but you gotta feed our tummies and keep the lights on, man. So I get it. Next up is another brother from another mother, Mr. Lo-Fi Monk. Lo-Fi, what's good? We got to change your banner too. You're officially a panel member, so we're gonna put PNTS Network on it. But what's going on, brother? How you been? Yeah. Uh-oh. All silky. All silky. Okay. All right, let's do that. Let's do that again. Pete, it's your fault, even though it was me on the control panel. Yo, so that Peter caught, but we'll let Lo-Fi go first, and then we'll go back to Pete. Lo-Fi, can you again tell the people, because it was all Pete's fault. He didn't remind me to unmute you guys. Can you let the people know what's going on with you? How you been, good brother?
Oh, I've been good, bro. I just been, like I said, I've been gaming and hanging out and plotting and planning some content and getting ready for the championships.
All right. Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, we got to talk about that. We got to talk about those championships, man, because we haven't been, me and you've always been talking about that. We can probably do a little bit better pushing and promoting that. So we're going to talk about that later on today. But yeah, we're in week 4, man. So this is your last week, folks, to qualify and hopefully get yourselves into the actual tournament and win yourself possibly a nice cash grand prize of 500 smackaroonies. So we'll show you where to go in order to get yourself involved. All right, so we're going to go back in the hot tub time machine. We're going to go back to Pete. Pete, what's going on, brother? Can you let the people know again how you been?
I don't even want to talk anymore. You forgot to unmute.
I swear it wasn't on purpose.
And that dimension setting in.
I know. You know what? Your mic is kind of low.
Yeah, your mic is low.
Is that better?
Okay. That's better. There you go, brother. You're good.
Okay, I don't know why it wasn't even that far from my face. Okay, but yeah, I've been chilling, man. I happen to have the day off today, so I'm super excited to be able to join in and stuff like that. I always look forward to these shows, and I'm excited for episode 100. So, yeah.
Awesome stuff, brother. Glad to have you back as always. And last but certainly not least, we got our good brother, StadiaDosage.live. Suna, how have you been, man? It's been a while since you've been on the panel.
Oh man, I've been great. Been playing some Young Souls on my channel. I love that game a lot. Definitely one of the best indies on Stadia, and that's about it. I've been pretty hyped for these features. I can't wait until it rolls out to everybody. Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Well, we appreciate everybody having patience with us and hanging out with us and joining us for today's show. Do us a huge favor. Tweet us out, let everybody know that we're live, because we got some hellified conversations. This is going to be a nice fiery show today, full of enthusiasm and whatever's in the atmosphere today, because we got a lot of great stuff to talk about. But before we get into any of that, let me check out my show notes and make sure that I stay on topic. All right, so today, this is episode 99. Today, we're going to talk about groundbreaking demos and features, new games, and upcoming titles. All right. The first thing I want to talk about is the super chat giveaway. And I'll put something up and pin it to the chat in a little bit. But what we're doing for the entire month of July and the entire month of August is if you do a super chat for this show, SLS, and then that fantastic show, Cloudy Game Reviews. If you any of our live shows, opposite of what our good friend Squid does, because Squid already had to give away for his super chat. But if you super chat any of the other shows, you're gonna put your name in as many times as you super chat. It gives you another ticket. You're gonna put your name in for an opportunity to win a Stadia Premier bundle. All right. Congratulations to Geek to Sneak, who won the Stadia Premier bundle for Squid's super chat raffle. But now for the remaining super chat raffle, just keep in mind that if you support the platform, it's gonna go a long way to make it a better platform for you, and you could win something. All right. So with that said, let's go on to our next topic, which is the Stadia Community Championships. Please do not rob yourself of an opportunity to win some money. What am I talking about? Let me show you something. All right, so this is the wonderful website, StadiaDosage.com, where you give a kudos to all of the people, including Pete and Smog and just everyone else that contributes to this website. Jack and company that make this thing so great. Petter and Marks and the scientist with his analysis, and just so many other people. Somebody already donated, and that's Pete's like, I want that Premier bundle. All right, Pete, I got you, brother. Shout out to Pete with the $5 super chat. I thank you so much, sir. Do you have a comment with your $5? Let's go, Stadia. Oh, he's being nice today, Pete. I'm surprised you're being nice to me, because guess what I forgot to do?
What'd you forget?
I forgot to be a good host, so I'm going to be a good host.
I'm getting tired of you, and I'm about to contact Google and say, hey, I want to refund that $5.
Oh, that's horrible. You're just getting tired of me? Damn. You got better patience than my family. But with that said, come on, guys, going over to StadiaDosage.com if you haven't already. Go to the community tab, all right, and check out the community events, which will lead you to the community championships for 2022. And it gives you all the great information about the prior weeks. You can check out the prior stats, and then click here for full details of week 4 and how you can participate in Death Run TV and the live finals of 500 grand prize, 250 runner-up prize. So Lo-Fi, or anybody on the panel, we'll start with you, Lo-Fi. You're participating, right?
No.
But you have hosted a show, right?
Oh no, yeah, I'm hosting the championship. Yeah.
Gotcha. So,
But I'm not participating in the actual competition.
so
that's
I
what
see
you meant.
here certified doctor. Now I haven't had much opportunity, honestly, to check out the competition as it's been brewing, but I see certified doctor here, which this is the first time I've ever heard this person. They're the are they the favorite here, or they got the highest score? It seems like.
Doctor's a beast. I just like I played Siege with him,
Yeah.
and is a beast.
Oh wow.
Now he might be an AI.
Yeah, Doctor might actually be an AI.
Yeah, you
He's
guys
scary.
may have missed that conversation. We were having the greatest like I'm gonna start recording the stuff that we say before we go live. Everyone's like, no, don't put that live on it. Yeah, I might save it for the members. No, I ain't gonna do that. Heck no. But we were having such a great conversation, and one of the conversations we were having, quote unquote, off stage is who's really an AI, who's a Stadia AI, and yeah, man. It's
Just outed himself, everybody. He's the AI behind Stadia.
Yeah, I told him I was going to start a rumor.
Oh man. Yeah, that could be behind all my capping for Stadia. No, let me stop. Yeah. So wow. So he's a beast, huh? Certified doctor.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We got it. That's why. Yo. That's why we have to like have more tournaments, more active stuff, and that's why one of the features we're going to talk about in the show is going to be so instrumental in that, which is the party stream, because I don't know if you guys remember, but last year we had that event with the staff from Google Stadia for what's that, Rainbow Six Extraction? No, Extraction. It was Siege. Rainbow Six Siege. We had that tournament with, not tournament, but we had that competition with them. And, having people that can play and bust some ass is a great thing, So we're going to need to get I'm going to present this challenge live on air. My good friends at Google Stadia. All right. If you guys are up to the challenge, get your best 5 together. The community will get our best 5 together, and we will see who goes out on top. All right. So just some food for thought. We got to run that back.
Just the names on there, though, man. Those are some like Ryzak, Gizmodug, Bump, Malishir.
Yeah. See, I'm familiar with everybody else. I never met Humble Bum, but everybody else I know. Your Soldier, yep. Triple Superstar, Death Alive. I know everybody else. Eddie Rick is on it. Shout out to Eddie Rick, another contributor to StadiaDosage.com. See, I know everybody else up here, but yeah, this certified doctor, I don't believe I've ever played a game with him at. Yeah. So.
Oh man, if you like, so SPG, shout out to SPG. He does a stream where he'll play PUBG with everybody, and certified doc is always on there. And like,
yes,
carrying the team.
Okay,
man, he's insane. He's good.
Yes, that's okay. Yeah. I love.
Oh dang,
man.
Well, we
I don't
need
know
him
about
on the team then for the
Exactly.
Rainbow Six.
For the Rainbow Six. Hey, Stadia, don't be scaredy cats. Don't be scaredy cats. Get your best 6 or 5 or how many. Look, I ain't gonna be on the team. I don't even know how many people can play the Rainbow Six Siege. But get your best 19 or whatever it is against our best 33, and we're gonna battle this out on Rainbow Six Siege. Don't be scared. You know what I mean? But all right, enough with me. But holy
I think
cow!
that's the game that the SPG always says. Like, he always has this one time where Doc like was hanging upside down and shot through a window, through a crack in the door, and killed SPG.
Wow.
Nah, that's some cheap stuff right there. Nah.
That's some AI stuff right there. Yeah. That's awesome. I love to see stuff like that. Yeah, so we got to run that back. Yeah, Winstar in the chat says certified doc is awesome. All right, certified. We might have to get you on the panel. Have you give some secrets or something like that. But yeah, we got to run that again with the Stadia staff. That'll be fun. That being said, wow, great stuff. Yeah, go and sign up, y'all. This is your last opportunity. You got until what? When's the last day? Lo-Fi tomorrow? Tomorrow's the last day I think they can participate, or Saturday?
I don't know for sure.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
I don't know the exacts on. But yeah, I was also gonna say the recap show that they do, Four Scars and Ninja Guy.
Yeah.
That, man, yeah, that's a good way to see how each of the players and kind of make a connection with them.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be great. Ninja Guy, I don't know if you're watching, but yeah, man. Ninja Guy last year, and for those of you that don't, that may be newer to the community and may not know who originated, that's how Ninja Guy got his spotlight in the community. He tore it up last year, and got so close. He was runner up. I got so close to winning the tournament, and just came out of nowhere. And so then after that, the rest was just history. We were like, wow, this guy's doing fantastic stuff. So yeah, man, it's a great way to get acclimated to the community more, and just have fun and play games. Sign up. And last but certainly not least, you can win some money. So,
I'm only in it for the money.
He's in all the other stuff. Who cares? Yeah, it's a win-win situation. So cool stuff. All right. So also, I think it's time here. Let me go to a better web view. Also,
I'll be right back too.
Oh, cool. What we can talk about is the Stadia wiki. So speaking of the aforementioned Ninja Guy, they've added a whole bunch of games over the past few weeks. Let's go to that section. Let's go to the upcoming games section here on the wiki. So we've had Saints Row, Yars Recharged, DreamWorks Dragons, Legends of the Nine Realms, Paw Patrol, FIFA 23, Elemental War, Tri-6 Infinite, Laugh Out Loud Surprise, BB Born Travel. I think I missed that one. Figment 2, Creed Valley, Resident Evil Reverse. I'm really excited about that one. Star Trek Prodigy Supernova. I guess there's not an official date for that. Skull and Bones, Sky Climber, Early Access. I know a lot of people are going to be excited about that one. And of course, we had our good friend on the show for Stadia Connect North talking about Talking Dogs. And then we got some more anticipated releases and all the other stuff on. Let's do this. The favorite thing that I like to do, guys, and I want to get your thoughts on this real quick, is let's go here. Let's go to not pro games list. Ain't just a pure games list. So because there is the concern that people have, and I get it, especially for newer people that don't know the prior precedent. Stadia said that they were going to have over 100 games by the end of the year. Starting off this year, they weren't on track if you divide it out. You know what I mean? If you were to divide out 100 divided by 12, I don't know how many games that is. I didn't get past third grade. But whatever, how many games that is a month, they were well behind, right? So people were concerned. We told people here, though, on this platform, don't be concerned. It's happened before. Stadia caught up and, kind of like in some crazy pacing, and they were able to meet that litmus. They actually had 108 games by the end of 2020. So I just want to compare where we're at now to 2020 and see if we're still outpacing 2020, where, again, at the end of 2020, we had 108 games. So it is August 11th, and during August, the closest date we have is August 14th. As of August 14th, Stadia had 44 games. Let's go to 2022 and look at where we're at now. And as of August 2nd, we have 45 games. So we're still outpacing 2020 by one game in a 2 weeks period. And we're going to see more. So, you know, good to see more. All right, so that's cool stuff. What do you got? Anybody want to take? Well, I tell you what. Let me pass it to Suna. Suna, what do you think? What are your thoughts on Stadia reaching 100 games by the end of 2022? You think it's still plausible, or you think there's no chance?
Yeah, I think Stadia is gonna get about like 109, 108. Like I think they're gonna pass it just like the previous years. And like back in 2020, like to me, MM2K and like everyone who's been here like from the beginning, this is nothing new because I remember 2020, whatchamacallit, what is it called? Uplay Plus was supposed to come on the Stadia, and it got delayed a couple months, and it actually hit Luna first. And it didn't come until the end of the year, and like we got a whole bunch of game drops like later in the year, like fall time. So I expect the same thing to happen, and I've been saying this ever since the beginning of the year. Like I'm not worried about it because Stadia always meets that promise. So yeah.
Yep. Pete or Lo-Fi, any thoughts? Anybody want to take it first? What do you think about the 100 games thing? Should we let it go? Is it too far to obtain, or you guys think that we're still in the hunt?
Nah, we're still right there. It's on track. There's still twos to come and go, and you know what I mean. Like they're gonna announce more stuff as we go.
Absolutely. What do you think, Pete?
Like I don't know because like I mean I don't really care either way whether they hit 100 or not because I have enough games to play. But like I think they are because there just keeps games just randomly pop up that haven't been announced that suddenly get announced. So like, oh hey, this is coming, this is coming, so on and so forth. And then you have certain people that are like, oh, they took it off of the mention of the blog post, so that means that they aren't going to reach it anymore, which I saw. So yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. They're paying attention to that. They're saying, oh, it's not being brought up on the blog posts anymore, so then that means that they're not ever going to do it again. And I'm like, okay. Right. I was like, I don't understand why you're paying attention to that, but okay.
Yeah. I mean,
the best thing cool. I just don't care.
Yeah. The best thing that I can say to anybody who is concerned, because I did SLS featuring MM2K. Somebody in the chat was like, MM2K, I'm concerned if Stadia is still going to, and they were being authentic. I feel I'm concerned if Stadia is still going to be around. That's why I'm still eyeballing it. And here's the thing. Over the last 2 months, the seedlings of all this FUD and this doubt was exposed. And all of it basically comes from Killed by Google. Killed by Google, what it is that the media amplified it, but the media was looking for an axe to grind ever since they made all these predictions about the platform, had the correct information in their hands, but ignored it and made these ridiculous predictions, and they were wrong. And then here it comes Killed by Google. Well, you know, it's like this because Google's going to shut it down anyway. And it's like, okay, there we go. Well, that's the angle that we're going to work. And everybody's been flying by the horns of that since 2019. Well, that's been debunked. The Killed by Google, by any reference, has been debunked. And it should no longer be paid attention to. So it doesn't mean that Stadia is perfect and Stadia's, believe that Stadia is going to do no wrong. But if your fears or concerns are not based on precedent and facts, and they're based off of some type of conjecture, you have to kick your tire, because this is new tech. This isn't something that's fully established yet in the mainstream. And I'm sorry, you're on the ship early. So because you're on the ship early, there are just some things that you're going to have to do manually to keep yourself informed. You're going to have to research and see where the roots of that concern come from. And if they come from Killed by Google, then you just need to kill that notion. You know what I mean? When it comes to how many games they release in a year, Stadia has always given you a baseline number. They have always met that baseline number. They were in a tougher spot in 2020, and they still overshot the baseline number. So because of that, and they haven't pulled back on it, I would stick to it's fair to stick to. You can do whatever you want, but it's fair. It's reasonable to stick to believing that they're going to hit that mark. So, cool stuff. All right. With that said, hold on. Let me see here. I want to make sure that I get out a good number of people that are in here. Doc is an actual AI. Computer Cottontail says, Fred Murray, man, I wish I had 2K22. What's up, Casey in the house? And agreed. Yeah, we're gonna hopefully. I think we're gonna see in 2023. I think. Again, I don't know. It's not me trying to, be coy with this. But I just think.
Don't be getting people's hopes up, man.
I know. Yeah. That's why I said. That's why I'm putting a big emphasis on. I think that we might get some more clarity on the Stadia 2K relationship. Hopefully.
Yeah.
That said. Okay, I think we've covered everything except for what people have been playing. So, Pete, we're going to start with you, my good friend. What have you been playing this past week?
So, I'm not even going to lie. Because of you, I restarted Division 2. I still have my character, but I did realize that I boosted it. So, that means you can't get some achievements. So, I have that character, but I also restarted. And then got that character. So I've low-key been playing Division 2, and bro, I've been posting several videos of playing on mobile, and I'm just on my Twitter, and I'm like, this is actually insanely good. And I'm playing with a $30. I think my key sheet broke or something's wrong with my charging port. I don't know. So I bought a cheap $30 Bluetooth controller, bro, and it works just as well. So I've been playing that. I've been thinking about getting back into Resident Evil Village. I don't know why I've been wasting my life away playing League of Legends.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm still playing Monster Hunter Rise. I'm playing Star Citizen. I re-downloaded Devil May Cry 5 because that fast-paced action is eye candy to me. I also downloaded it Space Punks, and if learning Unreal Engine counts as playing something, I'm also learning that, even though I know basically nothing right now, but I'm learning that too.
That counts, man.
Where did you hear that playing Unreal Engine games make you learn it? I don't know. Where'd that come from?
I don't know. I'm just, maybe it counts. I don't know.
Okay. I thought the way you said it is like you were making fun of somebody who made that.
No, I don't know. I actually don't know if that would count because Unreal Engine is technically a game, except you're making things.
Yeah.
So maybe if that counts, then that counts too.
I guess so.
Kind of like Crata, but isn't Crata made Unreal?
Yeah, and then I've also
Inception.
Maybe I'm just old. Does anybody chat too? Do any of you remember the old Artix Entertainment games? So Dragon Fable, Adventure Quest, stuff like that. I low key got my account back on Adventure Quest Worlds back from 2012, and I stopped at 2015, and I just got my account back. So I've actually been playing that cute little Flash game. A lot of memories. I've been playing that. And yes, Sean, I see you. You need to add me on Steam, and I will carry you on Monster Hunter Rise.
Okay, cool,
so
cool.
Yeah, that I've been playing a lot.
Cool. So it sounds like and I noticed and I liked a lot of your snazzy Division 2 footage that you've taken from your phone. I like that, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, man, I turn on screen recording, do a little bit of editing on the clips, and really all I'm doing is trimming down on the size and if notifications pop up during my gameplay. But other than that, yeah, it's just pretty much raw gameplay, and it looks so good. Trying to do little mini series, so when I see the little collectibles and stuff, and I'll play the video, and I'll do a little mini series, and it's all sponsored by Stadia.
Yes. Yeah. I do like that because we see a lot of people, and again, I'm not trying to attack another platform, but I see a lot of people, I haven't been able to sleep all week, and the thing that put me to bed was XCloud, and I love XCloud. It's so beautiful, and you never see any footage.
Right.
You never see, XCloud was the best. Like, I was on a plane to Turkey. One of the wings fell off, the propeller blew up, and the only thing that got us into land in safety was me playing XCloud because it was so wonderful, and it helped the buoyancy of the plane land. But you see no footage. You just see a still. You know what I mean? You just see a Fortnite still. Like, come on, like, can we see some footage? So. Thank you,
footage
Pete.
of Fortnite on XCloud and it's garbage. Sorry, like I'm not trying to bash XCloud, but like I tried it because you don't have to have Game Pass Ultimate to play it, and I have footage on my phone. I'll even repost it. It's bad. Maybe I'm just spoiled, but it's bad.
Send all your hate mail to Pete.
No, Pete, man, Pete, man, you are right because the first time I played it, I was like, okay, you know what? This ain't bad. I'm not gonna even bother with getting GFN. But then after playing it for a while, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and get the 3080 because nah, bro, it's still not there. Like, I am waiting. Like, I know we had a lot of hype talking about games possibly being able to get bought on XCloud. Now we know that that's just a bug or something. But I'm like, bro, how are they gonna sell these games for the cloud when they still don't? Like, it's playable, but to me, it's still not on that level of enjoyment yet. Like, it's not there yet.
Something that I quit in like 5 minutes. I'll leave a match mid game because I'm just like, bro, I can't. I can't. I just can't. Yeah, my eyes like just they physically hurt trying to play it. So I'm just like,
yeah,
I just don't want to play it.
They got some years. They still got some years.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to make it seem like that I'm bashing Xbox. I know I always say that before and then I go on this long tirade about how it smells like cow dung and all this other stuff. But so what I'll be saying too much that I'm not supposed to say because NDAs. I got offered an opportunity to try something out. And it requires me to try it out on Xbox. I think I could say that part. That's it. And I'm like, shoot, I don't have an Xbox. But then I forgot that back in 1952 that I bought the kids an Xbox One S for them to stay the hell away from all my stuff, right? And when we moved, I forgot all about it. So I'm like, oh crap, hold on. There is an Xbox in this house. So I went digging through the boxes that we still haven't yet to unpack and found the Xbox, and I started hooking it up and updated it and everything. And I'm like, wow. I was like, you know what? The Xbox One S packs more juice than let's say a Chromecast Ultra dongle. If I play XCloud on this, it shouldn't be that bad, right?
Right.
Wrong. Dude.
Oh man.
Oh my God. Yeah, I get and here's the sly thing that Xbox does. Because there's like over 300 cloud games, right? But when you go to the Xbox Hub on the Xbox One S, not the Series S, the One S, and you go looking for cloud games, they have a section that says plays great on the cloud. And I'm thinking they mean, that's just their marketing that says Xbox plays great on the cloud. So I'm trying the first 4 games that are up top, and they're okay. But then I scrolled through it, so I'm like, let me play something else because these are, only okay. And there's only 19 games that were there. And I'm like, where's the rest of the game? And I'm like, no, idiot. They are conceding that only 19 of their games play well on the cloud, even through the console. And I say all that to say this. it may sound like, with all that's being said, you can still send your hate mail to Pete. It may sound like I was just bashing Xbox, but Xbox at this point in time, they've made a decision. Phil Spencer said it himself, that right now at this moment, it doesn't mean that it's going to be like this all the time. I would hope not, and I don't believe it is. But right now at this moment, cloud gaming is a way for you to demo a game, or demo a game while it's installing, or if you got an itch that you gotta just play the game and you don't want to fire up the console, you just gotta do something you gotta go find Xur on Destiny real quick or so, and you're in the bed, then you boot it up. They don't look at cloud gaming as seriously as far as a constant way of playing. They don't look at it the way that I think other platforms like GFN, Luna, and Stadia look at it. It's an auxiliary. That's why you always hear me say auxiliary service. It's a service that's in addition to their main service, which is dedicated gameplay. So, I just want to throw that out there. And that's per my experience, just me.
See, I don't like that, because to me, I feel like if you're going to take a foot in the cloud gaming, then just put your whole foot in it, because that's the reason why the growth is so slow. Part of that is because of them, because a lot of people think that Xbox is like the GOAT of everything. So if their cloud gaming sucks, that means everything else sucks.
Yeah.
And they're just slowing down everything else. It's like, bro, if you're going to be in cloud gaming, make sure it works, man.
Yes.
Don't be talking about 4K and all this other stuff. Like, get your 1080p to actually work before you talk about, letting people buy games or do any of this stuff. Like, make sure it works.
And that's my issue with XCloud. Real quick, I'm sorry, student. I wanted to double down, because what you're saying is golden. I hope y'all are clipping. That's my issue with Xbox. It's great that they got games and they're coming out with games at a great rate. But because Xbox, out of all the cloud platforms, has the most ears, this is what gamers are looking at as the status quo for cloud gaming. So when you see other platforms maybe that don't have as many games as XCloud, they feel like that those are failures. Luna's a failure, Stadia's a failure, or even GFN is too expensive. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody else is a failure because they don't do it the way that Xbox is doing it, which is simply an auxiliary service. And that's holding cloud gaming short. I don't blame Xbox for doing it the way that they want to do it. They got to do what's good for them and their building of cloud gaming. But the fact that they hold everybody's ears and eyes as how they're viewing cloud gaming, they're setting a very, I want to say, low bar when it comes to the technical side of cloud gaming, and it's not serving it any justice. They're making it about simply how many games you can access until it downloads on your Xbox.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And cloud gaming is so much bigger. Even in these early years, it's so much bigger than that, especially when you look at the capabilities of the other platforms. The other platforms are just moving at their own different pace too. But when you play a game, it feels right. Like I was playing Gears, for instance. Oh my God. Like you would think that Gears, your flagship game, you would try to, or one of your flagship games, you want that to play smooth.
It don't.
No.
I can feel the latency.
I tried Gears. It looks, don't get me wrong, it looks good. Like I had Game Pass Ultimate for a while so I could play XCloud, and I was like, Gears has touch controls, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to play it, bro. I was in the first mission or second mission, something like that. I was real early in the game. And like you're going through like this sewer system, and there's a bunch of like bugs that start, or like things like those little things that start like coming out of like the ceiling and the walls, and they move fast. Bro, I couldn't play because the latency just, I was reloading my gun 3 times before I killed something. It was bad.
Man, the last time I played Fortnite, I was using the Luna controller, and it worked the first time. Like this was like a month ago or a couple weeks ago. I was playing Fortnite, and like I was trying to run forward. It was moving me to the left. to the right. I would press the jump button. I would reload. I'm like, bro, what is going on, man? I was so mad.
You guys remember if you ever watched that one movie where I forgot what Encanto, where they're like, we don't talk about Bruno. Well, it's that, but we don't talk about Fortnite. We don't talk about Fortnite.
Yeah, I again, is not bad. These are the early years, and so everybody's going to address cloud gaming the way that they're going to address it. That's fine, and I'm not angry at Xbox if it wants to use it as an auxiliary. If the consistency of play is only they only got the bar set as high as, well, it's an auxiliary service. That's fine. Whatever. It's your company. I could care less. But the problem that I have is that you spoke with such. I mean, everybody talks about Stadia having 10.7 teraflops on the stage. And that meant that they were saying that you were going to get 900 frames per second on Stadia. You know, they equivalent. They make that equivalent to Stadia being 12K, having 900 frames per second. You know what I'm saying, out of the box. Meanwhile, Xbox was beating the loudest drum when it came to cloud gaming, when they introduced Kareem Chaudhry as head in their effort and all the other stuff. And now they have what I would say, honestly, is the weakest performing cloud platform. And I just want people to know, it's not to dog it. It's, use it for what it's intended for, but that is not the greatest example of what cloud gaming can do. All right. Well, enough with the cloud gaming bashing. Again, send all of your hate mail to Peter Cottontail, P.O. Box 5329 and Oregon, 152228. All right. So, Lo-Fi Monk, are you still with us, my good friend, or did we
No, I'm here.
With our Xbox bash. What have you been playing this week?
Oh man, I've been playing Valiant Hearts.
Oh, okay.
Man, it is. I was just gonna do a first look on it and throw it in the backlog, and I'm hooked.
Not good, because it normally wouldn't be your cup of tea, huh?
Well, not something that I would do on stream. I figured I would just do it alone, and I was like, nah, man, we're gonna do this. I would really like to see like Papa Bear Gaming or like Rock.
Yeah.
Man, that would be a really good stream. So you guys, if you're listening, please do that.
Yeah.
I want to watch it.
And anything else? Anything else on the docket, or that pretty much been it?
That's pretty much it. Just that game, because I don't know. I had other things planned, and whoa, what happened there? I had other things planned, and it just took over.
All right, cool. So Suna, did I ask you Suna already?
I already said it at the beginning of the show by mistake, but
did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've been playing Young Souls.
You know what? You may have. Did you say it while you were muted by Pete? Did you say it while Pete had you muted?
No, it was like right when I came on, but yeah. So Young Souls, I've been streaming that. I love that game.
Okay.
Definitely one of the best games on Stadia.
All right.
Just to let you know, I'm sorry for disappearing. I was messing around and I flipped a quarter and it hit my power switch on my extension cord. Yeah, and then it just like completely shut off my PC. So I apologize for like vanishing out of nowhere.
Oh no, that's all right. That's all right. We were keeping up the Xbox bashing, and then I gave out your address, so for people to send all their hate mail to.
Man, you don't even got my address.
No, you did give it to me. I think I did, because I still got my monitor, the 4K. Do you still need the 4K monitor?
Yes, I'm still waiting on that.
I'm the worst friend ever. I'm the most horrible dad. I've already established that. The worst husband, the biggest cheat. And now I'm going for the quadfecta. I'm going for the worst friend ever. So no, Pete, I promise. Maybe that'll be your Christmas present, is the 4K TV I was supposed to send you a year ago. Sorry about that.
And over here trying to do stuff, I can't even do stuff because it's hard doing it with one monitor.
You know what it is? I'm just being lazy, because the original packing box, one of my kids took they were trying to steal it from me, little bastards. One of the kids was trying to take it from me and was trying to be slick, and I were giving them extra TVs that I had. So they took the 4K monitor out of the box and tried to set it with the TVs that I was going to give them. And I said, no, that's my 4K monitor. So they're like, oh crap. Oh, I didn't know that. And I was like, yeah, you had to know that because you had to pull it out of the damn box that I taped it in. But so I brought it back up to the office, and then me and you talked about me sending it to you. But the box that it was in, they put it in the basement, and we had like when it was raining, you know how sometimes the water rise up, and it flooded and ruined the box. So now I got to find you a new box, and that's basically it. It's just me being lazy, too lazy to go to Staples.
You don't go to Staples or go to the FedEx office where they give you boxes.
FedEx is too far. They give you boxes at FedEx though?
Yeah, man, they give you packing boxes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, holy cow! Because USPS, they sure as hell don't. Jesus Christ.
Oh no, if you go to go to the FedEx offices where they ship stuff, they like have boxes.
Wow. Okay, cool. I just gotta. For some reason, all the FedEx boxes are like, all the FedEx locations are like almost an hour away. But
I feel that they're like an hour away from me too. They're far.
Crazy. But that's why I'm such a horrible. That's why I'm going qualifying for the trifecta's horrible friend. But I'm gonna get that to you. All right, folks. Well, we got that all out of the way, except for what I've been playing. Division 2. Division 2, and of course I played some of the Outbreak.
I also played that.
Yep. My IQ, which apparently is under 30 now after playing. It feels like it's under 30 after playing that. Now everybody knows it's on full display. So if you remember, go ahead and check out that video, me trying to play Outbreak and me not being able to solve any clue. Go ahead and check it out. So, you know, like Jesus Christ. But yeah, that's been it. And I've been loving Division 2. It's my favorite game right now. The Destiny, you Destiny stands. Division 2 kills Destiny. There's just so much stuff. I love it. And I don't think I ever stopped playing it. So that's me. That being said, now is actually time to get into the show. You guys have been patiently sitting with us for 53 minutes. You know how we do. And it takes us a full hour to get into the show. So let's do that. Let's get into the shows. Let's first talk about demos and features. But let me do something and try to get that over a little bit so it's not so far off to... Let me fix this. Let me fix this live on air, baby. Live on there, y'all watching the sausage being made, baby. Okay. Watching me screw it up even further. There we go. Holy cow, what the hell is going on here? This is like the Poltergeist or something. Okay, there we go. All right. Demos and features. Let's talk about it, gentlemen. Let's start it. We have Outbreak, Shades of Horror. As far as the demos, the groundbreaking demo of that. You know how we do. Let me show you something. All right. Stadia helps Outbreak become hit on Kickstarter. This is on StadiaDosage.com. We also got a video. Look at that disturbed young gentleman I have a picture of right there on my thumbnail. We got a video of it too where I give some commentary. And basically what's going on, guys, is that Outbreak Shades of Horror is a game that is in the works, but there's a Kickstarter associated to it, so it's dependent upon the Kickstarter and everything. Shout out to our good friend Evan of Drop Dead Games, and he's going to bring the game to the Stadia platform as well. So kudos for that, depending upon the Kickstarter. So this is the first time that a game that is not part of the catalog is actually on Stadia. This is groundbreaking. So I want to ask the panel this. First, with the thoughts on Outbreak. The fact that it uses Stadia for its Kickstarter campaign, like when you go to the campaign, it says, watch for us to officially kick this off. And if you want, it says it right here. Here goes the quote. Not sure if you want to fund this Kickstarter? Here, try a little bit of the game right now in your browser. Like,
wow.
That and the fact that it's the first non-catalog demo. Like, I'll start with you, Suna, because you answered first, or you responded first. What are your thoughts on that revelation, man?
That is cool, and that wasn't something that I thought Stadia would ever do, but that is actually a good sign. So now, maybe when there's a game that we think is cool, maybe we'll see this a lot more now, because I think this is a very I think it gives indies I think it gives indie devs a very good opportunity to kind of get their game out there and get it funded if a lot of people like it. So yeah, that is very cool. Very cool.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm wow. I mean, that's the first thing I said too. But we'll go to Lo-Fi. Hey, Lo-Fi, what do you think? What are your thoughts on the actual Kickstarter using? Hey, you Larry about this game, or you want to get a taste of it? Go to Stadia and play it. You know what I mean? What are your thoughts on that whole revelation?
I mean, just the fact that like this quality, this level of a game, like as graphics goes anyway, you know what I mean? The fact that you can just demo it in the browser and you can help fund the Kickstarter of this game is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, just like, I don't know. We always talk about, you vote with your dollar. Yeah. And this is just a really cool way. Like, I would love to see more of it.
Yeah, absolutely. This is just like, feels like you're on the cusp of something. It's the beginning of a revolutionary way that Stadia is going to be used. You know what I mean? So can't wait to see more. Pete, what are your thoughts, man? What do you think about this? Again, this is the first non-Stadia catalog game that there's a demo for, and the fact that, this is going to be Kickstarter funded. So in the Kickstarter, they're like, hey, look, you want to play the game? Go over here to this web browser thingy doohickey and try it out.
See, like Lo-Fi just said, that's like incredibly cool to me, because like Lo-Fi, never thought Stadia would like even agree to like do something like that, purely because of the fact that the game's not even available on the platform, nor guaranteed to be on the platform unless it's funded. But like, this does two things. One, it builds goodwill with the dev, and two, it drives people to, one, fund the Kickstarter, which is awesome, because I actually did play the demo. It's actually really good. I get really confused, and I think my IQ might be lower than yours when it comes to games like that. But yeah, it does that. So it'll help the dev out. It'll increase the chances of funding quickly. And it also drives more traffic to Stadia, because the only way to currently play it, I believe, is through Stadia. No account needed, unlimited time, just play through the demo as much as you want. So that's pretty cool.
Can I add on to that too?
Sure.
There is actually a game out there. Google, if you are listening, there's actually a game out there that I think would be another good test for this. It's called BattleBit Remastered, and it runs off of Unity. And it's literally Battlefield, but in Minecraft form, and they're trying to get their game Kickstarted up too. So if you guys check that out, maybe you can maybe you guys can reach out to them or something and kind of do the same thing here.
I've seen video of it and it looks awesome.
It's amazing. It has every single feature that Battlefield players want in Battlefield. Only thing that the game sacrifices is the graphics.
Yeah,
but that's not a big deal, because it's very good. So
yeah,
BattleBit Remastered. If you guys haven't looked that up, make sure you check it out after the show. Like, it's an amazing game. But yeah, I just wanted to say that.
BattleBit Remastered. So my good friends over here, let's check it out, because here goes a link to it on Steam. My interest has been peaked. Check it out over on Steam.
It's been doing great.
Oh,
yeah, it's
okay.
Yeah, as far as numbers, like, It's actually had they're doing play tests right now, and it's had more players than the new Battlefield game every time they do
Oh
a play test.
wow.
Are
It's
you?
like
Oh, see,
10,000.
that's
Yeah,
bad when it's beating the new Battlefield game.
yeah,
That's how hard you have to crash a game.
yeah.
Let's
And
picture.
and I think it is only being developed by 3 people, so they could definitely use a Kickstarter. The game is amazing. You can drag people, destruction. It's insane. So
I'm gonna
yeah,
have
I
to
just
look
had to
into
put that
this
out
game.
there.
I'm gonna have to look into this.
Yeah, look it
Yeah.
up. It runs on Unity too, so very smooth.
That's awesome. Yeah. So, Ralph or Cody Maloney or hell, any of us, y'all know what to do. Look, we
Yeah.
were laughed at when it was like, you stop doing Stadia's job. And shout out to my brother Project Storm. I had to break it down to him yesterday on Cowboy Show. Storm has some of his Henny, has some of that hem rock. Or what does Shannon Sharp say? He has some of that yak, Henny and yak. He had some of that yak yesterday. He was talking a little rugged. Yeah, man. Do something for a platform when the platform don't do nothing for you. Hey, look, we ain't got to be employees. We're not employed. We're not looking for a check. This platform is at the centrifuge of what keeps the pulse beating for this community. You know what I'm saying? Because of the things that it can do. It's not about sending Phil Harrison a check or wanting to, paint his toes or anything like that. It's like we love what the product does. We love how it connects us to other gamers. And so when there's opportunities like this, where we can go to Sebastian and some of the other people that are on Twitter that work at Stadia and say, look, man, give this game a look and reach out to the devs or go reach out to the devs themselves. Say, hey, look, you might want to bring this game to the platform. We're eager to play and all that other stuff. That is being a community. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to an employee. Just because I walk around the street and I might pick up garbage, this is something that I do. Pick up garbage doesn't mean that I'm waiting for a check from the city or the borough. It means that I have pride in my community. You ain't gonna I don't want no trash there, So as a Stadia community, we have pride in the platform. We have pride in the capabilities and what it can do. So we're going to go out there at times and we're going to say, hey, look, this might be something that's overlooked. Here goes somebody at Stadia you could talk to. Did you see the robust community that responded on Twitter? Come on, let's do this. So I think this looks impressive. So I think this is the next game that we need to do that for, y'all. So definitely thank y'all for bringing this up, man.
Yeah. And like to add to that too, like we enjoy doing stuff like this. Like if you feel like you have to be compensated or like paid to do any of this, then obviously you don't enjoy the platform like we do, because for us it is not a big deal. We're just having fun. So don't be looking at us like that. We just enjoy it.
Exactly. It's having fun, and then we're doing what the community does. Go ahead, Lo-Fi.
The only thing I can add is, as far as all that fanboy stuff, I don't care. So what?
Say what you want. I don't give a crap.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You do you, I'm gonna do me.
Exactly, and me wants this damn game. You know what I'm saying? It's like for instance, my aunt is being active in my community is just something that our family does. A lot of it is because we're nebby, but it's just, but then like as far as like trying to look out for the kids and things like that, like speeding cars that like to speed through our street because it's nice and wide and all other stuff. Like my aunt just the other day, she's part of the neighborhood watch where she's at, and she just had a sign put up, to say, look, there's a problem here to where cars like to speed through the street because it's so, wide and nice and all other stuff. And, there's kids that cross the street here. So we're going to put up a sign, please slow down. And she got that done. She, that doesn't mean that she wants to be an employee for the city. It means that she has pride in where she congregates or where she, does her thing, and we do our thing on Stadia. So when we see things that may have passed Stadia, we're going to go out and we're going to try to bring it back. You know what I mean? So, Great stuff. And Outbreak is and we're doing groundbreaking stuff because of it. Outbreak, Shades of Horror. Now it's open an opportunity where games that aren't even on Stadia are being showcased on Stadia. Mm-hmm. That's huge. That's huge. So kudos to the community. And again, like I said, I think this is another one we could focus on. All right. Yeah. Next I want to talk about, and thanks for mentioning that sooner. Next, let's talk about this. Party streaming comes to Stadia. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So I'll start off with you, Lo-Fi.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on party streaming and the things it can be used for?
Man, so I was on a excuse me. I was on a Cowboys show and he was checking to see if these features had rolled out, like if he had them available or whatever. So I was able to try them out on his stream, and man, it was really awesome. It was real easy to jump from stream to stream, and we were doing a test like where I would count to 3 and I would jump on 3, and it was like on point, no delay. So
wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was really good. I think this is going to be good for things like competitions and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's going to be, I don't know. It takes the hassle out of a lot of things, and it makes it easier. Like sometimes for me personally, the cool thing I find about it is like, sometimes I like chatting and I'm not necessarily playing the game, but it'd be cool. Like if I could watch what you're playing while we're talking, like, it's just cool.
Yep. No, definitely. I'm really impressed by the feature myself, and there's just so many things I can think of that can be done with it. Let's go to Pete. Hey Pete, what are your thoughts on party chat, right? Its implementation, what it could be used for, and how important it is possibly to the Stadia gamer. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, as I have said constantly on Twitter before, so I think this is the beginning of Google basically intertwining YouTube and content creation as a whole, and like sweeping the rug from Twitch, basically, because Twitch has been like the streaming capital for however long now, and Google has started by buying up all of the streamers and forming exclusive deals. They have YouTube integration. YouTube's backend should be like entirely cloud.
Yeah.
Should all be migrated to the cloud by now. And then they have this. So I think what this is going to lead to is once they get like general feedback on how it's working and stuff like that, they're going to end up increasing the limits on how many people can watch. They're going to start featuring streamers. They're going to start featuring prominent streamers, just like Twitch, where they're saying, hey, this person's playing this game. You can tap in and start playing. Crowd play will become more prominent, etc. So overall, I think this is like an awesome thing. And I just particularly enjoy the fact that like literally no other platform can do this, period. Like nobody can, Microsoft can't, PlayStation can't. Man, PC can't even do it. Nintendo sure can't do it.
Yeah.
So this is pretty unique in the fact that this is just another reason why people say, okay, why would I pick Stadia? This is another reason why.
Yeah.
It's not just about the games. It's about what you can do on the platform.
Exactly. I'm glad you said that, Pete. I think a lot of people forget that it's about accessibility when it comes to cloud gamers right now. Again, we talked about how Xbox is handling accessibility. Their litmus for accessibility is, in addition to hardware. GFN's litmus for accessibility is in addition to, a PC experience. And even if you don't have a PC per se, you can get a PC experience through GFN. Where Stadia's, you know, their mantra is we're extending an olive branch to people who can't do addition twos. You know what I'm saying? These are people who, for the most part, this is really your only option right now. Your feasible option is the cloud because of how accessible it is. Or if there's some things that you would like to do in addition to your hardware, but our addition twos are more suited for your needs. You know what I'm saying? But even if you do have a better alternative, our mainstay is the people that are disenfranchised from hardware, and we're providing them with a great experience because of that. So being able to do things like this party stream, do it with 10 people, and any of the 10 people can interchange from a spectator to a streamer. I mean, that's huge. That's huge and groundbreaking. So,
and then there's the direct stream features.
Yeah, and they've improved on that. Yeah, like they made that. Yeah, we were talking about that soon. What are your thoughts on all this? With the direct stream enhancements that Lo-Fi just brought up, and the fact that this party stream is available now.
Oh, I love it, and they're just adding on more and more, little by little, until one day it's going to be something that's just beyond what we even imagine. My hope with this new feature that we have with the party streaming, maybe one day they can get it to like a smaller box, kind of like Stream Connect, and then we can play at the same time. I think that would be really crazy. I think that'd be insane.
Wow. That'd be crazy. This thing is great for tournaments though. Like for instance, for the cloud championships that are going on right now. Like if we want to host it live, like it's cool what Ninja Guy X and John are doing right now. But me and Storm last year, what we did is we were hosting a session live, and there were like 5 players during the session. So what I did is I had to do all this manual coding of OBS to get all 5 people playing on one screen at the same time. And then I had to code different scenes to where if I go to one guy stream, that it would only play his volume, and then go to another guy, you know what I mean? So this eliminates all that and makes it to where anybody can be a world-renowned broadcaster, you know, an esports broadcaster, you know what I mean? So
oh, wait a minute. So while you're streaming, you can even go into the party stream and like look at other people's stuff. Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, Lo-Fi. Yeah, you can like so.
Okay, that's crazy.
So there's 10 people total, right? Or okay, so let's say there's 7 other people than us. Or Jesus Christ, I really didn't get past the 3rd grade. There's 6 other people than us in the party chat, right? And let's just say that we're all spectating, and the other 6 people are streaming. You can go and just jump from what's it called to what's it called and highlight what they're streaming. You can become a streamer yourself, and they can go you know what I mean? So if say for instance, if you're running a tournament, Suna, a Battlefield tournament, let's just say if you were running a Battlefield tournament and you said, you know what, I'm going to spectate 9 people. You got 9 people in the party chat, and then you want to go see what Fred's doing. You want to see what Jane's doing. So you go to Jane's, you know, stream, and then you go to Bobby's and all the other stuff. Yeah.
Like, and everybody knows I talk about all the time how bad my internet is, like how bad the connection is. And I was playing Doom Eternal, and they were watching me in the party, no problem. They said it was clean, nice.
Wow,
amazing.
Wow, that's wild. Oh, and another unique feature, now that I think about it, is that you're doing the party streaming. They also added in the ability to where if you switch games or whatever, it won't end your stream.
Yes, that is
which is nice. Yeah, because before, like if you switched your game, you'd have to end the session and then end your stream and then restart it. Now, when you do that, you can keep your stream up while just switching the game over.
So, do you guys have that feature yet? I know they said by at least the end of the week or something, everyone's gonna have it, or maybe a little after that.
I
Because
see.
I'm wondering, can you start a
Yeah,
game, or I'm wondering, can you start a stream before you even turn the game on? Because that would be
that would
cool.
be cool. Yeah, that would be really
Yeah.
cool. So you can catch the whole thing.
Um,
But
I
Yeah.
think I
I'll
do
tell you what,
because I
I
just
had
got a
an experience
notification.
the other day with it, and so like I I tried doing the whole thing where I started to stream. I was gonna stop the game and go pick another game, and it didn't work. But the other night when I was playing Valiant Hearts, I had been streaming for like 2 hours, and it was like really late at night, and my internet like dropped for a second. Well, like it clicked right back on, but I got kicked from the game. But I always have my phone open so I can see my chat, and I could see that my stream was still going. I had like a gray screen with like a Stadia symbol in the background, and I was able to like jump back into the game where I left off, and like the stream didn't end. I got to keep playing.
wow,
That's cool.
wow, that's amazing. Suda, me and you were talking about it before we went live. There are plenty of streams that are out there on StadiaDosage streams where I wasn't in the best of moods, and I may have cursed Stadia out in name, because I'm trying to stream to Twitch, and I love streaming to Twitch, and I'm gonna keep doing it. You know what I mean? I've tried to stream to Twitch, and I try to simultaneously stream to YouTube using direct stream, because the purpose is, even though with Twitch I get to do my fancy layouts and all that other stuff, I can still use direct stream, which is light on my resources. Really, it's nothing on my resources, and I can stream 1440p 60 to the YouTube channel. But the problem is that when you're trying to set all that up, like, you know what I mean? You're trying to look at the chat and all that other stuff. You got to copy the link and all that. There's that timer that Stadia has where it kicks you out of the game if you're not active. And there's been plenty of streams to where just by me trying to set up, because I wasn't active in the game, it kicked me out. And I was pissed. So glad they implemented that. So glad.
Yeah.
I don't have it yet, but when you guys get it, I would love to, see it. Yeah.
I think I got it. I got it. I haven't tried the swap the stream thing, but I think I have the party chat. I definitely have that, because I posted a pic on Twitter the other day, because when I logged into Stadia, and I was surprised. I'm normally like one of the last people to get these rollouts. I was one of the first people to get this. And when I logged on to Twitter after the news broke, I want to say, not Twitter, when I logged on to Stadia after the news broke, maybe about a couple hours after the news broke, the message popped up and said, "You now have access to this." And I said, "Oh, wow. Okay, cool." So, cool stuff. All right. Next up on the docket is, now this is fantastic stuff, man. Just a lot of stuff from a dead platform. Let me show you something else. New. This is according to StadiaDosage.com. Go check those guys out. New launch Stadia games from search results. And shout out to Brian Chappelle. He has something on Twitter that you can go look at where he shows you how he actually came across this on Google, where he's typing in Control Ultimate Edition, and then it gave him some search results on the side, and then he just clicked on play it on Stadia, and it launches the game from Google. I'll start with Pete this time. Pete, what do you think about this implementation, man? How huge is this? Right?
Uh-oh.
It's so huge, Pete disappeared. It made him poof to a puff of smoke. Lo-Fi, what are your thoughts on this implementation? How big is this to you?
That it's pretty cool. I tried to get it to work earlier, and I didn't happen to see anything. But from what I seen in like Bryant's video, it looked really smooth. Like it was like a no hassle, just click here and go. And he also demonstrated it works across Luna and XCloud.
Different,
so
stream,
yeah, they made it really smooth for like that. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's smooth.
That's cool. Yeah. I don't have it yet either, but when I do get it, yeah, that is amazing. Wow.
Yep. For full transparency. So again, I know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, and I was making fun of my friend. He responded to me today and called me all types of a-holes and everything. But that's just how we get along with it. But I have a friend that's connected to a particular platform. So he contacted me, or we were chatting in the DMs rather. And he says, MM2K, what's going on? He always jokes with me how Stadia is going to die and all this other stuff, right? Like, whatever. So he's like, MM2K, my platform, there's this new feature, right? Like, there's this new feature where you can search a game and it's going to take you to the version of the game on my platform of choices, Cloud Network. And didn't Google offer this in 2019 with that bald-headed Phil Harrison? He was just going nuts. And I'm like, okay, keep going, bucko. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, yeah, didn't they offer this? And they don't have it yet, but my platform has it. And I'm like, dude, this is an offering that is being handled by Google, the proprietary owners of Chrome. All right. So this is a Chrome implementation. Shut the hell up. All right. And just be happy that we're allowing you to do it. And I'm like, trust me, when it rolls out for them, it's going to roll out for everybody too. And I showed him at the time the article from Chrome Unboxed, shout out to them, where they had talked about it. And they had did a mock-up image of what they think it would look like for the Chrome version of this. Because first, the public just understood it as it rolling out to Chrome devices. They didn't understand how universal this was going to be. So I showed him that, and he's like, oh, whatever, but we're going to come to Google first. And I said, okay, all right. And then lo and behold, it's rolling out for everybody at the same time. But yeah, this is huge. And admittedly, which is not a bad thing at all. This is huge for cloud gaming. This is one of the things to where, regardless of where we think Xbox, or this platform may not be lifting up cloud gaming the best way it can, this is where I think everybody's going to shine. Everybody's going to shine because it's going to show you how accessible cloud gaming is just from a Google search. And you can't beat that with a damn stick.
Yep.
Anybody else want to jump in on that and give their thoughts on this implementation who hasn't already? Or did I get everybody?
Add it to YouTube.
What'd you say?
Add it to YouTube.
Add it to you. Yeah. Well, yeah. Let's talk about that. Go ahead, Lo-Fi. Why do you say that? Let's talk about that. Go ahead.
Because, man, like as it is right now, when I'm explaining to people, like, hey, you could just click a link. It's like they're like, whatever. So like I started putting the link in my description, but it's like, dude, you already got like links underneath that they put there automatically to the game and everything else. And it's like, why wouldn't it be like just, hey, you want to play this game? What if I'm playing a multiplayer game? Like, click on it and join me. Like, anyway.
Yeah.
I think the reason why it's not everywhere yet is because I still think it's like the early years, and I think they're waiting until cloud gaming just works like pretty much almost anywhere. Like I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but I feel like they're waiting until like internet is so good that there's no way that you're gonna have any issues with it or something, because like I don't know. Yeah.
I have a counter argument to that, but before I have a counter argument to that, I'm going to play devil's advocate side with Lo-Fi on this and throw this back at you sooner. And you know this probably better than any of us on the panel. Amazon Luna does it with Twitch.
Yeah, that is true. I forgot about that. That is true. Yeah, okay. That's fair.
All right, so now I'm going to switch back and battle against lo-fi. So here's why I think it's not there yet. And this is the cheesiest harebrained excuse that I have. And Pete, you tell me how ridiculous it sounds or not. I think the reason why they don't have it on YouTube yet is when you look at the Google implementation. Like there's something that shout out to Jack the Slip who wrote this article for us. He put on here. Where's that part at? I can't find it. He put it in here and it was so smart. This is okay. It says this feature looks like to be well done, and well done Google for including multiple services to steer clear of antitrust accusations. So I think putting it on Google, they're like, the Google would have loved to only have Stadia do this, but again, they can't, because of how integral Google is, and Google's search engine gets sued everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Someone trips over a rock and then they're going to sue Google for it. You know what I mean? Or the search, because something the search engine did. Someone didn't search rock on the ground fast enough and removed it. Or they didn't use Google Maps to know that the land should have been paved sooner, whatever.
But the other part to it is like to us, it's like, oh, cool, it's a link. I mean, the it's like a symphony of things happen when you click that link. Like there's so much to it that's behind the scenes. Like it's amazing that they've been able to pull it off.
Yeah, it probably takes them a long time to even develop that link.
Oh yeah,
that one little line.
It's not. I mean, look when it comes to coding, and you guys know this, right? Everybody knows this. The purpose of coding is to make things on the front end look simple, but the work that goes behind make that stuff happen. My God, the people just don't. That's why when they say stuff like Suda and Lo-Fi, I know you guys. When people say stuff like, "Well, why don't they just make it? You click on this and then it puts you in a spaceship." No, you don't understand the coding, the drying of the eyeballs.
That we're all carrying cell phones in our pocket. It's like giving fire to cave or a lighter to a caveman. Like it's we don't really get the extent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep. And because technology has been able to simplify so much, they think the process behind that simplification is just as simple. If it just is a click of a button for me to use it, it must have only been a click of a button to make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, just to get that link. Maybe it's something they'll do. Maybe it's I'm not saying they have to do it, but if they can, I'm sure they will.
Here's why I threw the Luna example out there. I think Amazon can get away with it, and Jeff Bezos or whoever is in charge now, or even, I think he's still on the board or whatever. They're laughing and rubbing their hands together because Twitch isn't looked at as some universally used tool like YouTube is. Even though Twitch gaming is so much bigger than YouTube gaming, YouTube altogether is bigger than Twitch, right?
So like the public feels like they own it.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think that, again, what Jack puts in here, the antitrust problems, I think YouTube or Google is concerned about that when it comes to YouTube. You know what I mean? Like if they feel like that'll be an issue, if they do it, they would have to do it for everybody. And that part they can't do for everybody, or there's a possibility, but they ain't going to do it. Meaning, they're not going to open Google. They're not going to open YouTube up for click to play links. You know what I'm saying? Or Stream Connect or anything like that. Because if they do that, if they open that up on YouTube to everybody, then who's to stop Xbox from saying, well, how come we can't have not click to play, but how come we can't have crowd choice for our games via YouTube? How come, you know what I mean? And Google's never gonna. I don't see Google, because that's their advantage. That's their ticket to 1 billion gamers alongside with Amazon. I don't see them opening up APIs or whatever. Don't try to make me sound like I know what I'm talking about, but I don't see them opening up anything to allow them to do that. You had your chance, Bucko, when you had Mixer and you lost out. So, that's the way I see it. Pete, how do you see it?
Sorry, meaning see what?
How do you see? Damn, I forgot the question. What was the question? We were talking about.
Click the play link on YouTube.
The click to play link, yeah.
Oh.
Yep. And why there isn't one on YouTube yet? What do you think about that?
Okay, just to address that, I swear I saw that like once when Phoenix Rising, that YouTube or Ubisoft game that came out. I swear I saw that pop up like once, where they had an advertisement about it. You click the advertisement and immediately launch the game. So I think that already exists, but was making the decision to scale back on that and focus elsewhere, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that's a good point. I can see that too.
Because I swear I saw that like once too, where you click the advertisement and then it would just load straight into the game.
Yeah, it's just so many things going on to make this whole just ask questions and just make you wonder what the possibilities are.
I mean, dude, that's why I just play games, because there's no point in me speculating what's next, because I don't think anyone can actually know what's next. And if I just sit here and play games, then everything comes as a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a perfect segue to this point, which I threw this in at the last minute, so I hope you guys caught it on the notes. And let me see if I can find it. I even have the link here. Yeah. So there's this one got me tickled pink. This is I know I'm losing it. This had me excited as hell. And this is I'm about to display how much of a nerd I am. I put here, shout out to our good friend John Scar, 4 Scars Gaming. And I put here, articles like this exhibit why belief that Stadia is at its last throes is silly. Exercises like this show they haven't even begun to scratch the surface on testing and enhancing its approach to better relate / expand its target demo. Possibilities could go on forever. What the hell did I pull my thesaurus out on that time? There's this article from GameDeveloper.com. Shout out to John Scar for finding this. And it says, Stadia is testing a new game trial system tied to achievements. So I just want to read a little bit of this. Shout out to them for this. It says, Google Stadia is A/B testing a new type of game trial under its click-to-play system. Now listen to this, y'all. Starting earlier this week, half of players accessing the game trials for Remedy Entertainment's Control and Rebellion Development Sniper Elite 4, please bring Sniper Elite 5, are being invited to demo the game with unlimited access until they unlock certain achievements.
Oh.
So that means, they put here, that means 50% of players are trying out these games, these trials, under conventional time game trials. So, where it says you can only play for 30 minutes or, there's half of the people that are doing the game trials are getting that. However, the other half have been given access to new achievement-based trial systems. So it's play as long as you want until you get the achievement of, and I think they give you an example below. Yeah, so this person that plays Sniper Elite, they said, try this game as long as you want until you beat this challenge, which is complete mission 1. So it's not time like that. Oh. This is just insane.
That's cool.
I think that is way better I
I'm,
think
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
because you
giving
don't
it
know
to you
how long
guys.
it's gonna take. You don't know how long it's gonna take. Like especially if you're like a indie dev, you don't know how long it's gonna take a user to get to a certain place in the game to where you feel like, okay, they understand what my game's about. They should have made a decision or whether or not they want to play it or whatever. Like
right.
that's really cool. Like instead of like I don't know if they're gonna accomplish this within the 30 minutes. They may not. They might be exploring, they might be doing so yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I think I think it's genius because if the trial doesn't like say like if they try it out but they didn't finish mission 1 yet because they had to get up and go and then they come back and continue off, they can actually finish their trial, and then once they get that achievement, it might be like, "Oh, okay, you know what? I'm gonna buy this now because I got an achievement and I'm really enjoying this." So I think that's actually a lot better than the time, like, the 1 hour or 2-hour time trials that they have because, um, hopefully users can actually come back and finish that first mission or whatever the challenge is.
Yeah, it's man, Pete. Before I even speak, I'm gonna let Pete go. Pete, what are your thoughts on this, Pete? If you caught any of that, it's the trials. They're now doing some A/B testing where half of the people that go in, they're not timed trials. They're achievement based trials before they end. What are your thoughts on that?
Pretty cool thing to do. I actually did read this article.
Oh, okay, cool.
Um, so it's nice that they're implementing this because this just gives people a reason to show. It shows people what Stadia can do without being limited to a time limit.
Mm-hmm.
So like, same thing with Outbreak, Shades of War. Game's not even in the catalog, but it's an unlimited time. It's basically their however long until the developer decides to pull. Because there's no trial. It's just you play, and then go explore. And that's kind of what this is. And it's nice that they're tying it to achievements because they could set it to like a really obscure achievement, like you're locked to a level, but it has to be like a really obscure achievement that you'd have like no real about. That just extends the game time, and it also stops players from being able to abuse that system because once they get the achievement, they can't play anymore. So that stops them from saying, okay, hey, which they said in the article, they're like, hey, we're gonna just restart and then just keep playing over as long and the devs aren't gonna get that, but the
Right.
player gets to play as much as they.
Who knows?
So
Maybe they can make an achievement that says play for 30 minutes or complete mission 1.
yeah,
So they
Yeah.
got you
Yeah,
on
they
both.
could.
Both, you know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did know.
Whatever comes last. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Something like
so I
that.
think this is generally a nice thing to have. And this article also shows that Stadia is clearly paying attention and they're running tests behind the scenes to see it's not and gathering consumer information. So the next time someone tries to tell me that you're not listening or why aren't they not, they're to see. They don't have to state. I say this every show. They don't have to state what when people play, you have the team behind the scenes measuring things and comments. Start a session and exit the game. They ask you how it went. They look at all of that so they can act accordingly, decide what else they can add in the stadium. So overall, I think this is a cool new thing that they have because it just goes to show that things are possible with cloud. That
Yeah, I agree.
And here's my thoughts on it, guys. Here goes the nerdistry. Get ready for the nerdistry. I'll try not to make this too long. So, if you follow the channel, you've heard me complain before. And shout out to our panel member, the illustrious voice, Lo-Fi Monk, when he had me on the show with him and Perp. And I tried to throw Perp a monkey wrench. She caught it and threw it right back at my eye. It was like, no, M2K, get out of here. I'm not falling for your crap. When we were talking about Stadia advertising and marketing, and me saying, look, I would like to see a bigger push when these trials come out, because these trials are like a fantastic thing. They're groundbreaking in so many ways as far as the cloud platform is concerned. And I just don't see them because, look, here's the thing. I mean, we got to keep it jiggy here. When you look at the competitors, like, look, Shadow, that's like $250,000 just to access it before you play a game, and you get 3 gigs of space. You know what I mean? Xbox, even when they do sell you their games a la carte, however they're going to do it, you got to pay $15 just to access something that you already bought. GFN, okay, there's the free tier, cool, but you only get an hour with that, and you got to pay if you want untethered access to the games. You got to pay a subscription fee. That includes this free to play stuff. You know what I'm saying? Stadia seems to be, at least financially, the most easily accessible, and they're getting close. They're building on that more robustly with these demos. You know what I'm saying? So I said, pull out the bullhorns, as Primo had said when he was on the show when I was talking about that. Pull out the bullhorns and promote that a little bit more. And I was going on one of my walks, and I was thinking, like, how could they do that? You know what I'm saying? And that's when I came up with the idea of, why don't you just get one of these little jackass teens, these college kids, right? That, they have the phones in their hands, and they'll come and they'll ask you all these questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you and your wife walk around the house with just party socks on? They do all that crazy stuff, try to get clicks and laughs on YouTube. I said, bring one of, but that's kids nowadays, right? So, have one of those individuals standing outside of a GameStop when someone leaves a GameStop and says, I bet you I can get you hooked on another platform that probably the last platform you thought you'd be hooked on. Like, what are you talking about? And like, it's Google Stadia, and watch them flop through. I'm like, oh, hell no. And like, no, hold on, hear me out. Look behind me. I got a table with a phone, a tablet, a Chromebook, all that stuff. Just play Stadia here for about 15, 30 minutes, and I bet you'll be wanting to sign on. You know what I mean? And then you let them play it. And of course, through the magic and the wonders of editing, you pull out the ones where the people are amazed, and you turn that into like a 60-second short or a YouTube video, whatever, and you mark it that way. And then I thought, on top of that, I said, what if you wanted to further incentivize people that kept playing these demos? Because what if they're playing the demos over and over again, and they're like, you know what, I really like this, but shout out to the guy, what's his name, Lo-Fi, the guy that you interviewed that did the Amazon Luna video that we were talking about before we went live. What's his name?
Gone.
Say that again, I'm sorry. Uh-oh. These Lo-Fi.
Yeah. Did you say Lo-Fi?
I'm sorry, Dorgon.
Okay, yeah. Shout out to Dorgon. He did a great Amazon Luna video where many of the points that he made I thought were riveting and very interesting. He talked about his. Yeah, absolutely. I urge everybody. And that's actually going to be the subject matter of our after party for those that can stick around. But that video also, I think, capsulized a lot of things, because he talked about how, really, if you want to get the complete experience on even Luna, bundling all the subscription services, he's like, it's $45 a month, or 54, something like that, one of the numbers, but it was an expensive amount. And he said, look, in a situation where I've had to cut Stadia Pro, Xbox Game Pass, GFN, and all this other stuff, like, this is a rough year financially for a lot of people. High subscription prices just aren't feasible. And so when you have a situation like that, you may have people that'll try these demos, that'll run their time limit, and they still may not subscribe to Stadia Pro, which ultimately that's what they want them to do. I mean, they would love for them to buy a game, but I think they really want to hook them in with Stadia Pro. So how can you do that? And I was thinking, because you can't, and Lo-Fi would understand this, and well, the whole panel would understand this. You can't just simply say, we're going to give you a month of Stadia Pro for free, or 3 months of Stadia Pro for free if you finish 5 trials. Because guess what somebody's going to do? They're just going to open up 5 instances of Stadia or whatever, or something, and they're just going to have the trial running until the time is over. And then here they got 3 months of Stadia, and they really haven't given you any sufficient play data, right? So I'm like, what litmus can you use to reward somebody who may be playing a lot of demos but still won't bite? And I said, what if they could make it achievement based? Because you can't fake the achievement. And if you make it achievement based and say, okay, if you do 3 games and complete the achievement based process, then we'll give you 3 months. Because that's telling us that because you're giving us valuable play data. So hell, we'll give you 3 months. And I said, but damn. Again, me with my experience with coding, I was like, but the coding would probably be so complicated to do that. Oh, that's probably a ways off. And I just went in the house. I was like, damn, that would be a great idea. Lo and behold, and I swear to you, that was just 2 weeks ago that I was having that thought in my head. Here we go now. They've actually set it up to do it, to where now Stadia, with this implementation, and you don't see anybody else doing this type of stuff right now, with this implementation, they could say, okay, we've noticed that you've been on all these games and playing all of them, and you still ain't biting. Let us give you 3 months of Stadia Pro. Come on. Just come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that'll be monster.
That is smart that they're doing that, because like achievements are just satisfying to get. Like that sound you get.
Yes.
Like I don't know if y'all realize it, but like gaming and like sounds are a huge thing of gaming. Like in Call of Duty, when you get that kill, get the sound, it gets that drug going off in your brain. So like this is kind of like the same thing. And I don't know. I agree, MM2K. Like it could probably do something like that now, and I think it would be great for them. Like this is very smart that they did this. I like this a lot better than the
time stuff. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Yep. Any other thoughts on that before we move on? I just think cool stuff all together, man. So great stuff. Great stuff.
It's nice that they're ramping up on a lot of stuff now, it looks like.
Yeah. Yep.
PlayStation and Xbox are getting the copy off of this one for sure, with the achievements. There's nobody else is doing that.
It's going to take
it
them.
is.
See, here's the thing that I don't think people realize, where we can jump on Stadia for the communication part all we want. And I think with the implementation, shout out to Shaka, man. Like the implementation of her new role, like how she handled, like again, the same person that I'm talking to, I don't know if he's watching the show. That I said that's like connected, because me and him are having a DM going back and forth, and he's like, yeah, man. Sorry that you had to deal, like normally he's giving me ish about the platform, but he's like, no, honestly, sorry that you had to deal with all that stuff. With them saying that Stadia was closing down. He said, man, that was bull crap. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, bro, don't even worry about it, because, I follow the facts. There's just some things that, when you follow the facts and you follow the platform, you're going to know that the average person isn't going to know. So when they say all that stuff, those of us that follow the facts, they're going to, that kind of gives us like that gives like a buff to our armor. You know what I'm saying? When the dust settles. So I'm like, don't even worry about it. But yeah, shout out to Shaka. She has the savviness that we need to deal with the cretins at our level. You know what I mean? So shout out to her. But as much as we may get on Stadia about its communication, the stuff that they just do is purely amazing. And you got to think about this, Lo-Fi. Stadia started off 2019, 2020. And the way that they set the dominoes up was, we are going to get 1 million active users by the end of the year. And that 1 million active users is going to impress the gaming world into giving us the games that you want. And then we're going to start making games and doing all this, you know what I mean? So it's going to go ebb and flow. And those dominoes didn't fall the way that they wanted them to. So at the beginning of 2021, they had to completely uproot. I know we say pivot, but they had to completely uproot their path to success, because their path to success was, we're going to be so much more impressive than the other cloud platforms as far as engagement. Developers are going to be killing themselves to get to our platform, right? To get in on this groundbreaking platform. And that didn't happen. So they had to uproot and completely reverse how they are going to get to gamers and get games on the platform with the low charge porting and now these demos and the other stuff that it's doing. And then, you know, using immersive stream as kind of like the fullback as the running back Stadia tries to go to get a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they did that in less than 2 years, or they're getting to the point to where the plan is rolling out in less than 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And if you consider that it took Xbox, for instance, like I have my digs at Xbox, but you cannot deny the turnaround that they made. You know what I'm saying? They went from being in the red and just being a sector to keep PlayStation from dominating the living room to one of Microsoft's most profitable regions. But it took them, 8 years to do that? To where it took Sony, it took Stadia 2 years to completely upheave its game plan and reverse it. Lo-Fi, do you think people have enough appreciation for everything Stadia had to do in this short amount of time to still stay in the race?
Dude, the fact that they're being talked about amongst the major platforms to begin with indicate like it's kind of insane. It's, you said 2019 launch.
Yep.
It's not that good.
Crazy. Anybody else want to follow up on that before we move on? All right. So we got some games coming out, y'all. We got Mo games. We got Outbreak, Contagious Memories. That was mentioned. Coming to the platform soon. Soccer Story, From Space, Snowtopia, DreamWorks Dragons of the Nine Realms, Slaycation, Dungeon of Book.
Right.
So to remember all those, because I don't have a list anywhere. Hopefully you guys, except for in our notes. Are there any, I'll just put it like this. Are there any of these indie games that are coming that you're most excited for? I guess I'll start with Suna. Any of these indie games that are coming to the platform, which one are you most excited for?
From Space. I don't know if you guys have played It Came From Space and Ate Our Brains. That game is awesome. One problem that is on Stadia, the last level is actually bugged out. So you can't actually finish it unless I'm stuck on it and I just don't know where to go. But
I think you're stuck on it because I did complete it. I did complete the demo. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, no. I'm talking about I'm talking about It Came From Space and Ate Our Brains.
No, you're talking about the original game. Okay, I never played. I haven't played that one yet. I got you.
Yeah, I actually got to the last level, but there's a bug where it gets you stuck in this area and you can't get out. So that's the only thing, but it is a great game. So if you have that on Pro, play that before From Space comes, because From Space is it looks like it's going to be a lot better. So I am hyped for that one.
That's yeah. I played the demo from from space, and I'm excited about that. Definitely. Lo-fi. Which any of the new coming indie games you're most excited about?
That the game.
Oh my
That game
God, you
looks
did that when I was drinking something, I almost died. Go ahead.
That game looks pretty good. I've been
Yeah.
watching SPG play. What's the name of that game? That D&D game.
Oh yeah, Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. So like, I'm a cheap bastard, and I'm guessing that game's probably like a lot cheaper. So
Yeah. Whoa, no, yeah. Because Baldur's Gate, they ain't playing. They're like, this is premium cut steak.
It looks so good.
Yeah,
him and Ray, they look like they're having. Shout out to Ray, man. Feel better, bro.
yeah, Ray. Shout out to Ray. Ray, prayers and all good vibes and all that stuff, man. We miss you, brother. Miss everybody. Everybody like, oh, there's no Ray street. Yeah, but get better soon, man.
Whoa. Ray? What happened with Ray?
He got COVID, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh my
He
God.
went on
Yeah.
vacation. He went on vacation and then came back and got sick.
Yeah, got sick.
Yeah, and then he was
Aw,
feeling
man.
better, and now he tested positive again.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's kicking his butt, so
Yeah.
shout out to Ray. Yeah. I know the way I said that was like super ominous. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Suda. Suda was like, whoa, hold on. What are we doing here? I'm no, we just misraised that much, but I'm sorry if I made that sound more ominous than what it was for those that didn't know.
Man, I got scared, man. I was like, what is going on? Oh man.
We're just that bored without him.
Yeah, that's how much we miss Ray and Jeff going back and forth. That's how much we miss it. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Lo-Fi. Or were you
What I
done?
was saying.
You were talking
Oh,
about.
yeah,
we were talking about
that
Baldur's Gate.
That's right. Yeah, that game looks amazing. This game is like a little indie game. The art is amazing. Don't get me wrong. But it's no Baldur's Gate. But I'm just saying it's like a dungeon. I think it's kind of like D&D based type style game.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's cool.
I think at least that's the take I got. I haven't really researched it much. I've been pretty busy lately, but from what I've seen, that looks like the coolest game. That's the game that stuck out to me anyway.
Most, yeah. Pete, what do you? Any of these indie games got you excited, Pete?
Like the current indie games that are out or the ones that are coming up?
The ones that are coming in. And let me read you the list again. Outbreak, Contagious Memories, Soccer Story, From Space, Snowtopia, DreamWorks Dragon in the Nine Realms, Slaycation, and Dungeon of Book.
So that dungeon game has me interested. The Outbreak game has me interested purely because I've never played them before. Slaycation really has me interested because I like games where you just run around killing things.
Yeah, that's like a tower defense type game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, it's weird. It's like a shooter, but it's like a tower defense at the same time. So
like
I'm
tower
genuinely
defense
excited for that. Plus, if I want to just sit there and build snow slopes and then see how irritated I can make, then I would actually
Perp had to school me
I-
in Orcs Must Die. Shout out to Perp.
That's
you
an
know
amazing
what?
game.
I really should play that game. I like played it and I just never.
Oh man, it's a good game. It's a really good
Play
game.
it with
Maybe I
somebody.
just
It's Stream Connect.
maybe I just suck. I don't know.
That's the thing with me. I guess I just suck because Perp came in and had to carry me through it, and I was like watching what she was doing, and I'm like,
You're like,
nah, I
"Oh."
would have never done that on my own without seeing somebody else do it.
I know. I get like a block in my head, like with games like that. So
Okay.
I'm excited. Oh yeah, Jeremy brought up a good point, by the way. There's other
other like endless racer game that's coming out. Try 6 something.
Oh yeah, I did forget about Try 6. Yeah, I sure did. Shame
Yeah,
on me.
I'm really excited for the Saints Row and Skull and Bones.
Dude,
I mean,
me
I want
too.
to play a demo of Skull and Bones, so hopefully they come up with a click to play demo for that one. I'm not gonna be a pre-orderer on that one, but
Oh,
the Saints Row, man,
Oh
Saints
man.
Row's got me hyped. We got
Mhm.
less than like I think 2 weeks until it comes out, and I'm just like, yes, please.
yeah,
Mhm.
Day one for me.
I'm gonna.
yeah, that's
Look, so that's a perfect segue to the next section, which are the big ticket games. But before we go to the big ticket games, let me ask you guys this real quick with the indie game, because remember at the beginning of the year, again, this is Stadia's dead BC, meaning after that whole, the people I think are coming to their senses. What, looking at the indie games that Stadia has versus the indie games that are coming elsewhere, I mean, would you say that they're comparable? They're decent to go? I mean, what do you think about them?
I don't know the indie games coming anywhere else, so I can't say. I don't know.
yeah.
Yep. And that's a great point, because again, remember all the hoopla is, yeah, this platform is overdoing it. These platforms are blowing it out of the again, but nobody, there's no massive bangers at this time of the year coming to anybody, except you can make the argument, except, both GFN, and I always said that. I thought because Saints Row was landing on Epic that it was going to GFN. But both GFN and Stadia are getting Saints Row. Only Stadia is getting FIFA 23. Only Stadia is getting the Resident Evil Reverse, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm getting that.
Oh
I'm
man.
excited.
Yep, that's coming with that's what I think. Is that free, or you gonna have to no.
No, that's free for anyone that got Village at, like during like a certain time period when it came out.
Okay.
I think if you got Village, you also get Reverse.
Gotcha. Okay.
Cool. That's cool.
Quick question about Madden. So, did they change their mind on that, or is that a typo? Because I saw on your question. Okay.
Yeah. Typo. Yeah, because I saw that too. Like, shout out to my brother Nick's We Go Hard. He's a huge Madden conglomerate. Him and Storm always go back and forth on battling each other. Those are like the two. And next to is it Raider guy or somebody that played Madden when I was part of the Madden thing, and they kicked my ass all over the corner of the boulevard. But those three are like the most severe Madden players ever. Nick's had hit me up and was like, yo, the same thing Suna was talking about. Yo, just check this out. I'm like, nah, bro, that's a typo. He's like, no. Yeah. So here's what I suspect, though. And again, I don't want to get nobody's hopes up, but here's what I suspect. I think because Madden likely was underwhelming. And again, there's some serious Madden heads here, but Madden was probably underwhelming in regards to the investment that was probably required opposed to the return. That instead of getting it, because if you look at Madden when it launched, opposed to, Madden, when Madden 21 launched, opposed to when 22 launched, I don't think there's that much difference in activity between 21 and 22. And remember, 21 launched several months after it did everywhere else, where Madden 22 was day and date. So their theory is probably that if we get the game, let's get it like how we got 21 again. Let's get it, when it starts to sunset as far as its optimal. Not optimal, but its biggest price range and all the other stuff. And let's get it to where, it's still before the Super Bowl. It's like, right before the playoff time, and people can get it then,
Yeah, I think before they get Madden back on here too, hopefully Madden gets crossplay, because on Stadia it needs it. But also another thing too, the last Madden that was on Stadia, it wasn't the next gen version, and I know even though that the next gen version wasn't as good as the last gen version when it came to Stadia, when people see next gen, I feel like people are more likely to buy it, and FIFA did have the next version, so it could have just been that too. Like maybe people saw next gen on Stadia and they were like, "Oh, okay, FIFA, I'm gonna go ahead and get that." But then with Madden, they were like, "Oh, it's the last gen version," so maybe I'm not
Is that
gonna
what it
get
was?
it. But
Oh, okay. I didn't even realize that. I thought it was next gen for both of them, but
yeah, nah. The last Madden is the last gen version, but
I didn't
yeah,
see. I didn't even know that. What about
yeah,
21? Was 21 the next gen or last gen?
last gen, yeah.
Oh Jesus! Oh, okay. All right, well then you on this? I think you're on to something sooner. Yeah, you get yep.
Yeah, but the last gen version, from what I hear from Madden,
Was better.
Is better.
It's better. Yeah, it plays better. Yeah. Now I remember. Okay, now I remember. He made me a liar live on there. I'm talking about, I didn't even know that. Here, I'm answering that. Yeah, I remember from Storm now, because Storm was like, we need to be thankful that we got the last gen version because the next gen version is all messed up. And I remember rapping the next gen about it, no pun intended, rapping the next gen about it. And he was like, yo, like this next gen version of Madden is trash, you know? And I'm like,
yeah.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. All right. Interesting stuff. So now let's move to the big ticket games, because you know that's what I'm all about, baby. The big bangers. So y'all were talking. Continue your discussion. What were y'all saying about Saints Row? Okay. So here goes the big bangers. Saints Row, FIFA 23, Skull and Bones, Resident Evil Reverse, and the other DLC. And then there's the possibles, which, you know, me and my bro Suda, we know all about these Division 2 Heartlands and X Defiant. So go ahead. Well, I'm gonna start with you, Suda. Out of the big ticket ones, what's one that you're most anticipating?
X Defiant, if it comes this year. I don't know if that one's coming this year though. I think it's gonna be next year.
Yeah,
I hope it does.
It's a free to play, so like, but either way.
Yeah. But besides that, Saints Row, Heartlands would be after Saints Row, because I hear some good things about Heartlands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lo-Fi, what about you, brother? Yeah, you to Suda's point before you go, I do think he's on to something. Both X Defiant and Heartlands are going to be free to play. I can't imagine that they're launching both of them at the same time. They could be, because I think I doubt it's going to be that game. What Ubisoft likes to do is they like to have like 2 or 3 games launched during the holidays. That's when they make most of their money, preferably 3. This holiday, we're just going to get Skull and Bones and probably one of these other ones. But just out of any of these games, again, Saints Row, FIFA 23, Skull and Bones, Resident Evil, Division 2, or Heartlands as possibilities. Which one are you most excited to play?
I'm Saints Row. Like, it would be Skull and Bones. Like I said, I'm not gonna. I'm waiting to see what it's gonna do in the demo, because it's a whole new thing. But if it wasn't for the fact that Saints Row caught my eye, I probably would put my wallet on it. But like I said, Saints Row, because I know it's gonna be a good game.
Pete,
Yeah.
which one are you most excited on?
I'm afraid to say my answer because it's pretty much the same as everybody else. And
I was gonna say Elden Ring, man. I swear.
No, I actually haven't played Elden Ring in a while, but you're making me want to like get back on it. I might. Yeah, it's like permanent installed. It's like permanent installed on my PC. What you call it? Saints Row. Like, I was looking at the gameplay, and like, I have like the boss beater and boss creator. I'm just like, you know what? I was like, I just want to do wacky stuff like shooting a minigun or blowing up a rocket launcher, or the ability to like parasail onto like a roof and just start destroying things just because you can. Um, So I think I'm the most excited for Saints Row as well.
I'm gonna side with my brother Suna. I'm gonna say X Defiant. No. Yeah, let me say X Defiant because I was about to do something real stupid and say Division 2 Heartlands, and I can't talk about it. I think people will be happy with that. I think a little birdie told me that, but I can't talk about X Defiant. Man, is that not liquid crack?
Man.
Covered, infused into a joystick. Jesus Christ. My goodness. Hey, I'm going to tell y'all again.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
Shout out to Ray Sherrod again, Get Better, my good friend, and Suna, and Project Storm. I almost ended our friendship to those three fine gentlemen in the same day. Why? Because I harassed them to no end, asking them, when are you playing X Defiant? It got to the point to where I think these brothers may have muted me on Twitter or something because I was bugging them like every 10, 15. I was addicted to the game. The game. Yeah.
Dude, you were a higher level than me, and I played it a lot. Like you were like,
wow,
level 30
was
or
I,
something,
man?
Yeah. I saw you. I was like, bro, this dude higher than me, man. And I play it a lot. Yeah.
And I don't even play those types. Anybody that knows me knows that I don't even play PvP. I don't. I'm afraid of it. It breaks me out in the halves because I'm so trash normally. But I couldn't put that down. I would wake up in the morning on the weekends. Like normally on the weekends, I get up early anyway, but I would get up early to play X Defiant. Like I'm talking about 3 o'clock early. Yeah, so to play X Defiant. That's how much I was addicted to this game. So I think the last time we talked, you had mentioned that you weren't part of any recent betas. But I just heard that the game got better. So I'm really waiting. I can't wait till that one comes out. So.
And one thing I know this is a little off topic, but one game that I hope Stadia or like Luna or any of the cloud platforms can get next year or whenever it drops, the new Skate game is getting a lot of
oh yeah, the rollerblade game.
No. I'm talking about like EA Skate. Like Skate 4 is gonna be free to play, and like a lot of people are saying it's gonna be bad, but no. Like I skateboard in real life. I put many hours into the skate games, and just based off of what I've seen, that game is going to be a huge hit. So,
okay, I got you. Okay,
it's like Tony Hawk, but it's like more like simulation.
It's realistic.
Yeah.
It's basically going to be like GTA, but with skateboarding. It's going to be free. So,
dope.
Yeah, it's going to be free to play. So I'll be playing that even if it don't come to the cloud. Like that's going to be one of those too. Yeah.
Well, man, interesting stuff. I can't wait to see any of these big games, these big ticket games come out. We can enjoy them, man. So with that said, something is going on, y'all. And I deeply apologize, but it's not letting me create an after party. Oh, okay. Something's going on with YouTube, so I can't create it. I'm so sorry. What we were going to talk about in the after party is this whole Amazon thing. But if I can scrounge a couple of people up tomorrow, maybe for or somebody that wants to talk about. There's this great Amazon Luna video, and I'm going to drop a link to it right now in the chat so you guys can see it. And I'm sorry, Lo-Fi. What's the gentleman's name again?
Gone.
Oh, let me see here.
Oh, hey, I get off at 12 a.m. my time.
Okay, so that's 3 a.m.
No, 12. Yeah, or 12 in the afternoon. Sorry.
Okay, 12 in the afternoon. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, so that's 3 my time.
So, if you're free, like after I get off and I get home, I'm down to do that.
Yeah, because I don't want to keep jipping the fine supporters, not provide them what they're looking for, which is some after party content. But it's just like 15 minutes to discuss, because this is a video where this individual, and then Lo-Fi, and in Lo-Fi, if you could make it, because you actually interviewed him. I think everybody's like familiar with this guy more than I am. That's how much of a bubble I've been in. It sounds like that he enjoys Stadia, but he's not a fanboy. You know what I'm saying? He'll be critical of the platform. You know what I'm saying? And you may agree with his criticisms or not, but I think they're fair. You know what I mean? To a degree. There's some I don't agree with, but again, I think they're fair. I
definitely get his perspective when he talks.
Yeah, I get his perspective. His perspective is from the perspective of a gamer, and let's make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of traditional gaming expectations, which I understand. But no, he creates some great content, and I think this was a very compelling video. So I urge everybody to watch it, and especially if you want to be, part of the discussion when we have it about this. Hopefully we can gather some people tomorrow. But with that said, we're well over time. We shouldn't be having an after party anyway. I used up all the time. Let's go around. Exactly. Yeah. Let me do a video. Let's go around the table. Let's do outros and let everybody know where they can be found. So let's start with Peter Cottontail. Peter Cottontail, let everybody know where they can find you at, my good friend.
Same place as always on Twitter at _GG. I post all kinds of stuff there. I'm always posting clips of stuff because, contrary to the opposite, I do use all of the services, or have at least at one point. So, unlike others, I can actually provide proof of several things. But yeah, you can mainly find me there at Twitter, @GG. You can find me on StadiaDosage. Please go visit us there, and then that's it for right now. Yeah. Oh, and pntsnetwork.com.
Yes, go to pntsnetwork.com. And speaking of pntsnetwork.com, we have some great reviews, Stadia reviews up there. A couple perspectives on Outriders, and one for Sundered, courtesy of the new hit series CGR, Cloudy Game Reviews. I'm trying to be Lo-Fi Monk, the host of Cloudy Game Reviews. When SPG isn't there, Lo-Fi. No, let me stop. Lo-Fi, what's going on, brother? Let the good people know where they can find you at.
Yeah, man. You can find me at youtube.com/Lo-Fi Monk, or you can follow me on Twitter at Lo-Fi _ Wait, did I say that? I said that backwards. So you can follow me on Twitter at Lo-Fi _Monk. Find me at YouTube, just Lo-Fi Monk. And then also I do a show called Cloudy Thoughts, 7 p.m. Friday nights. That's Central Standard Time. And come join us.
Absolutely.
Check us out.
It's gonna be an interesting show.
This week's guest is Cowboy, so
yeah,
it'll be interesting for sure.
This will be a great show. I love what you do, Lo-Fi. As far as your question asking and really extrapolating the thought process out of the people that you interview. Man, just keep doing what you're doing, and this is going to be a hellified interview, because I know you got some good questions for our good brother, and it's going to be very, very interesting to see responses and all that good stuff. So that's one I definitely wouldn't miss if you're smart. Don't miss that one at all. It's going to be one for the record books. So with that said, Casey, dang, he looked me up. Shout out to Casey, or one of our Old Dirty Blasters members. He looked me up on XDefiant. He said, "You're level 30 on XDefiant." I didn't even know that. I just know that I almost got 30 whacks to the back of my head from my wife for playing it all day, playing it all weekend instead of doing the things around the house I was supposed to do. But yeah, I love that game. All right, and last but certainly not least, because we gotta get out of here, because I can't hold these guys anymore. They've sacrificed enough having to tolerate me. Our good friend Suna. Suna, let the good people know where they can find you at.
All right, so you can find me on YouTube at just Suna, or I have another channel called Suna FPS, where I play shooting games in the cloud. And then on Twitter, you can find me at Bibbidi_Bob_. That's it.
Oh, awesome stuff. All right, you know me, MM2K, the loudmouth. You can find me here at StadiaDosage.com. I mean, Jesus Christ, this is not StadiaDosage.com. You can find me here at Stadia Dosage News on YouTube. You can check me out on Stadia Dosage Stream, Stadia Dosage Plus on Twitch, and you can catch me on PNTS Network. All right, with all that said, peace, everybody. Have a wonderful gaming day.